Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday everybody. Cheers. Jersey Star. Anyhow, it's John Bon Jovi's 63rd birthday. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff today because I can't talk a lot about John Bon Jovi because a good friend of mine is a resident expert, and anything I say is just not going to be as relevant as I'm not the expert. Okay, I'm not the expert, and I know someone who is will correct me on stuff. That's not a big deal, but hey, I just thought John Bon Jovi is 63 today, and I'm hoping, I'm not going to say too much, but I just hope he's back up singing live and playing because he is pretty incredible, and the band is too. And we saw, I'm going to do a little bit of rock news this week. We did see Richie Sambora on stage with Orianthi and Phil X at a benefit concert this week. Interesting. That was just an interesting clip, seeing Phil X and Richie on the same stage. Your thoughts on that? I don't know. I can't say too much about it. But just talking about, we talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last week. Bon Jovi is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then, like I said, wish John Bon Jovi well. Then I hope that it all gets better and he can sing and tour and one of the biggest acts in the world, and they need to be out there. And just a couple other things that happened this week. Actually, for your guitar fans, this is the Jersey Star. Not sure if have I talked about this on the show yet? Anyways, for your guitar geeks who want the specs, okay? It's basically an engine room Floyd Rose, or not an original, Floyd Rose. One up from the special. I can't remember my Floyd Rose models right now. Anyways, it's a pretty killer Floyd Rose. You Floyd Rose players will probably agree with me on this. It's great when you get a brand new Floyd Rose or a brand new guitar that has a Floyd Rose in it, because all the little quirks aren't there yet. And if you played Floyd Roses as long as I have, which is a very long time, most of the time I've been playing guitar, I've been playing Floyd Roses, and stuff wears away, even to the point now. Mostly these two posts right here, which you can get replaced very quickly now these days. And back in the day, I couldn't find those posts anywhere. And just basically when you stick your Allen keys in here, it all wears down. So when you get a brand new one like this, it's awesome. That's awesome. Specs, 3 pickups that all work. Sometimes these middle pickups are just for show, but this is actually a pretty amazing pickup here. So this is a JB, Seymour Duncan JB, Seymour Duncan Jazz Neck. So the Jazz Neck basically is not, doesn't have a coil tap, but it sounds incredible. And these two guys do have coil taps where you get a variety of songs, and I'm loving this guitar. It's awesome. So switch gears here. We had a sad, Unsung Heroes are big on my show. And David Johansen, a pioneer of sorts for the punk scene, new wave scene, and anybody who was in the punk scene, they're kind of equated with a whole bunch of bands that were not huge or didn't really have the commercial success that they deserved, if you will, or maybe that they just kind of slipped away from them. But the New York Dolls were one of these bands, and some of the other bands that are like this are like one of my favorite bands of all time is UFO, who were like I still call them the Rolling Stones of, the Aerosmith of the UK, which Michael Schenker, one of my favorite guitar players, is in that band. So they were kind of hugely influential to a bunch of musicians and musicians kind of maybe stole some of their ideas and made their own thing. And New York Dolls is a perfect example of this, because so many people that were into glam rock, and Nikki Sixx will probably say that they were a huge influence on their look and everything else. But sadly, and you New York Dolls fans out there might hate me for this, but I can't even barely name a song by this band. Another band's Angel, which was the guys. I don't know if you remember Angel. They were all dressed in white, and they were also part of Casablanca, who was Kiss's promotional or a management company. And so Kiss was the bad guys in black, dressed like demons and whatever they were dressed as with the makeup. And then they had the good guy band, which was Angel. Another band. Can you name an Angel song? No. The only Angel song related to that is like in Punky's Whips by Frank Zappa, about the guitar player Punky Meadows. But yeah, another band that's just hugely influential to musicians, not to the general public. So New York Doll fans, you can crush me on comments if you want, but yeah, not a very well known band. But David Johansen passed away this week, the lead singer. Of note, he is the last living member of the original New York Dolls. If you look in Wikipedia and look at their family tree, there's a ton of players in there, because they had reunions, and there's 2,000 bands that were in the 2000s, and that kind of thing. Every member in the band has passed away now. David Johansen was the last, so I think they're up there with. Leonard, you can call Leonard Skinner, even though there's lots of members. There might be some members, or one member still around, and of course the Ramones, where I think there might be a member around, but I can't remember. But definitely the original New York Dolls are all now deceased. Some of them untimely. Their original drummer passed away, I think, a year into the band. So, and then Jimmy Nolan was the drummer for the main course of the period, who also has passed away. But yeah, I just never really got into them. I thought it was of note that I mentioned them here, but because it's rock news of this week. Anyways, your thoughts on the New York Dolls? I can't cite them as an influence. I played with a guitar player years and years ago in a band who looked exactly like Johnny Thunders, and I think he patterned his look after Johnny Thunders. So there's another influence, just the look of the band, and that how they dressed and that everything. But anyways, cheers to condolences to the David Johansen family, who also was he had another pseudonym in the 80s, which was Buster Poindexter, if you remember Buster Poindexter. I think my mother listened to Buster Poindexter. I don't know. Anyhow, birthdays this week. As we jump around a bunch of different things other than John Bon Jovi, Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden had a birthday this week, as well as Neil Schon, one of my favorite guitar players. Sometimes I would have featured Neil Schon on this show, which I have many times. Neil Schon, and what's surprisingly, Jonathan Cain and Neil Schon's birthdays are either, I don't know if they're the same day, or they might be back-to-back days. Interestingly enough, the feud that's going on with Jonathan Cain and Neil Schon, I don't think they would have celebrated together. That must be hard to play in a band where you have a lawsuit with somebody in the same band. And because of all the extra money that you make out of this band, you still have to get up on stage with them every night. But I hope things do get sorted out between those guys. They're incredibly talented guys. Journey, I don't know. Are they a tribute band now to themselves? Are they still valid? They still sell lots of tickets. They might sell tickets to a mass amount of people who don't know, and that's it. I talked to someone last night at a place where we were playing, and she said, "Oh, the new singer for Journey is phenomenal." I think Arnell has been in the band quite a few years now. I don't know how many, but it might be bordering on 20 years. So new singer, well, that's kind of like calling Neil Peart the new drummer in Rush. It's just a long time ago, right? But you think of them as the new person, right? But yeah, yeah. Journey, are they really a tribute to themselves now? I saw them probably about a year ago now, and Neil Sean is still phenomenal. Um, Jonathan Cain, not an original member, but was part of the back in the day part of the band, and that's it. Everybody else is been replaced. Ross Valerie, they had a lawsuit with Ross Valerie, you know. But and oh, and the drummer too, Steve Smith, part of a lawsuit. He was gone. I had the pleasure of seeing them with Steve Smith, who's incredible drummer, and Ross Valerie when they opened for Def Leppard, or did they open? Yeah, actually, Def Leppard was last. Yeah, some years back. Anyhow, hope they work things out, and hope things are all good. Changing gears. Had a amazing February. Welcome to March, by the way, guys. It's damn cold where I am, so I don't think it's warming up anytime soon in March. But happy March to everybody. I had an amazing February with Keep the Faith, my first bunch of shows. Got a bunch of stuff happening in March. I have a really incredibly busy March because we have 3 Bridge on Fire gigs coming up. Last night, thank you so much, Cabanas, for a great night, and thank you so much to the city of Coburg, or the people of Coburg, for Friday night with Keep the Faith. Great stuff happening. Come out and see us all. I think Bridge on Fire and Keep the Faith are playing back to back this month. I'm going to be a tired guy. I was tired this weekend because we played back to back. March 14th at Stonewall's, Bridge on Fire in Hamilton. March 15th, Perry Sound, Keep the Faith. I'll be tired that night. And we also have an East Side gigs coming up at the end of the month for Bridge on Fire, and a couple sort of local gigs for Keep the Faith. Brampton, March 22nd, and Hamilton, March 29th, I believe. 29th, yes. Harmonizer's still on. There we go. Anyhow, everybody out there, have yourself a safe drive. Be safe. It's not summer yet. You still have to keep your snow tires on. It's icy out there. Be careful. I still see tons of accidents. There was a little lull where people realized the snow was out of the forecast and everyone just went back to driving 140 kilometers an hour. When you saw people wiped out again and it wasn't snowing. So watch the driving, guys, please. Be careful. We're all trying to get home and be safe. Take it easy. Have a good one. No coffee down here. Sorry, not this morning. Anyways, take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Take it easy. I said that 3 times already. Bye. See ya.